Hi Gautami, how are you?
Good evening, sir. Myself, Gautami, I'm fine. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. So Gautami, can you tell me something about abstraction?
Yeah, abstraction in Java is used to achieve privacy in the code while
Mhm,
coding. Like in abstraction, we have two types of methods, like abstract methods and concrete methods. Abstract methods doesn't have any body in it, whereas concrete methods have a body in it. 100% abstractions we can achieve using interface, whereas partial abstraction will be achieving using the abstract methods.
mhm, mhm. Okay, fine. Now, how
Like
will you?
data hiding.
Yes, data hiding, correct. Okay, now tell me, how will you use polymorphism in your automation testing?
Yeah. Polymorphism, under this we come across inheritance. So
Mhm.
in inheritance,
No, polymorphism. Polymorphism is a separate concept, inheritance is a separate concept.
okay. Polymorphism means one method in being implemented in many ways.
Mhm,
Like my example, when we take launching a browser, we can launch a Chrome browser and
mhm.
Firefox browser. These are different implementation. Same
Wonderful.
uh,
Mhm. Yeah.
same launching is the same method, but
Mm,
we are using it for different purpose.
Correct. Okay. So can you write the code for this polymorphism being implemented? So I'm giving you screen sharing, right? So you can write it in a Notepad++. That's totally fine.
So sorry, sir, I'm not aware of
hmm
this polymorphism. Can you please
Yeah,
help?
no problem, at all. So let me share my screen. See, you can create one class as browser factory, and within this, you can create the public static WebDriver get driver. So you can pass this as a parameter browser type. Okay, now here it is getting changed. It can be Chrome, it can be Firefox. So the use of the polymorphism is being done in this particular scenario, right? So polymorphism, as you were telling, poly means single, but it can be implemented in many ways, right? So that's how your browser type is getting changed over here. So that's how you can explain you have implemented polymorphism in your automation testing, right?
Project.
Let me share this particular code as well with you in the chat box so that it becomes easier for you, right? So that I have done. Okay, now tell me what is method overloading and what is method overriding?
Method overloading is we have same method with different parameters. In a
Mhm,
class, we'll be having method 1 and method 2.
mhm,
These methods will be same, but the parameters inside it is different. Example, public class add and public void add one with int a, int b. Other method, public void add one, int a, int b, and int c. And
Mm-hmm.
the parameters return type can be different, whether it can be integer or a string.
Okay, okay, great. Now let's
So
say,
when we
yeah,
call in public,
yeah, yeah, please go ahead, please go ahead.
when we call that method using the parameter, whichever parameters, that method only gets executed.
Mm, mm, okay, fine, fine.
Whereas in method overriding, we'll be having method name will be same, but
Mm-hmm.
the implementation inside the method is different. Example, we'll be having two classes like parent class and a subclass.
Mm,
The implementation which is written in a method of the parent class will be different from that of child class.
okay, fine, fine. Now let's say you have a string. Your name, consider that as a string. Now you want to reverse this string. So how would you reverse it without using built-in methods? So you're not supposed to use the built-in methods and you just have to reverse this particular string, right? So how would you write that code? Can you write that code in a Notepad++?
Yes,
So consider your
yes,
name
yes,
as
I
the
can
string.
try.
Yeah, it's easy, right? It's not a difficult question.
Sir, here I have to include one more thing.
Mm-hmm. Which thing?
I'm using the for loop. Like
Yeah,
from
yeah.
last, it have to print.
Mm-hmm.
I is it name dot length.
So you are using the for loop. That's the correct thing. Then what you are trying to do here is whatever the
Greater
character
than.
length is there, yeah, in that
Hmm.
you have to play with that.
Sir.
Mm-hmm. So what error you are getting? Reverse equal to character at of I. So you after defining the string, you have to convert it into the char array. So what you can do is you can write
Arrays
str,
dot character.
yeah, name dot character at of I
Mm, okay.
dot. So it would, yeah, it would character at of I, char
Okay.
char ar, yeah, r at of I. So reverse equal to name dot character at of I.
Okay.
So what we have to do is we have to convert it into the string of array.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Reverse equal to name dot. Okay.
Reverse, what is reverse here? So we will, if we are converting it to the character array,
Mm,
right? So what we are doing is we are creating a char array here, and we are
mm,
converting the string to the character array. See, let me
mm.
share my screen. Let me show you the code. See, this is how you have to write the code. First is string equal to automation. Okay, let's say any string you can take. And then you are converting the string to the character array. So character of chars equal to string. What your string is? Automation dot to char of array, right? Now what we will do here is we will have a for loop. Okay, now how many characters are there in that array? So with respect to that, the for loop will start to run, right? So we are taking two variables and we are starting with I equal to 0, j equal to character dot length minus 1, right? And then we are incrementing I plus plus and we are making sure I is less than j. Then what we are doing is we are assigning the value of character of I to temp, and character of j value is assigned to I. Then temp value is assigned to character of j, right? And then we are converting the array back to the string, right? And then we are printing it. So that's how your output would be coming here, right? It's simple. Three-step program. First, you have to convert it into the character array. Then you have to loop through each and every element of the array. And then you have to put it back. Okay. Okay. So that was for the reversing a string. Now tell me, when will you use super keyword in Java?
Yeah, super keyword we use to call the constructor of the parent class.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What about variable?
Constructor method or variable of the parent class we can call using the super keyword.
Super keyword,
Whereas
right?
using this keyword, we will refer to the same class variable or
Mm-hmm.
method.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now let's say you are getting date as the output in one of the script. Now, how using the Java code you will convert that date to the timestamp, right? So you are getting the output as date. So for example, date, any date you can take as 14th February, you can take, or 15th February. Now I want the output to be date as well as the timestamp associated with it,
Okay. Date
right?
with time.
Timestamp, yes, timestamp, hours, minutes, seconds you are getting, no? So you are getting date as the output. Now you have to use the Java code in such a manner that you get date along with the timestamp.
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of it.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. See, what you have to do is it's very simple. See, let me share the screen. See, so we will create one main method, string arguments, and we will assign the date We'll create a object of the date. Now what we will do is we will create the timestamp object, and in that we will pass date.getOfTime. So this function we will use to get the timestamp as well. This is a function which is available in Java itself to get the time for that particular date, right? So that's how you will do. Okay, great. Okay, what is static keyword in Java?
Yeah, static keyword, whatever methods or variables which are used which are written using static,
Hmm,
the memory allocation will be less. This so uh, example public static void main, whatever objects we create inside the static,
hmm,
these objects reduce the memory allocation.
hmm, hmm. Okay, so static is used for the memory management. You don't need to create the objects for the static. So that's the correct answer that you gave. Uh, okay, what is inheritance?
In order to get the properties or functionalities of the parent class to a
Hmm,
child class, we use inheritance. This inheritance can be achieved using the extends keyword, like
hmm,
class child class extends the parent class. Whatever methods like functionalities which are written in the parent class can be overrided in the child class, so
hmm,
that the same code is not written again and again.
hmm, hmm. Correct, correct. So which keyword will you use for inheritance?
Extends.
Extends keyword. When you will you use implements keyword?
In order to get the properties which are mentioned in the interface, we use implements keyword.
Hmm, okay.
Implements has a set of well-defined methods which does not have body in it.
Hmm, hmm. Okay. Can you write the code to explain the abstract class in Java? So real-time use case you have to take. Okay.
So in order to make a method as abstract, I have to use abstract color or
Mm-hmm. So you want to, yeah, you can use abstract as a keyword.
yeah. Whenever a class is
So
mentioned,
yeah, so class name, whenever you mention, let's say the class is color or model, you have to keep that abstract as a keyword there.
yeah, abstract class car.
Okay. So what is this doing?
Yeah, this is abstract class which has uh, normal method, and this is an abstract method. Abstract
Okay.
class cannot be having, we can't create object for an abstract class.
Abstract class. You cannot create an object. Okay. What about main method?
Yeah, like in main method, we can't create object for this.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Fine. Fine. See, if I have to use abstract class, right? So what I would do here is, let me share my screen. This is how your real-time use case would look like with respect to abstract class. Let's consider you have a bank as one of the entity. So you will have different banks. You will have SBI, you will have PNB, you might have different banks. All those banks will be having some rate of interest. Okay, so what we will do here is abstract class bank. Okay, this is your abstract class. Within this, we'll create one abstract method. Okay, see, this is not having any body. Then what do I do is class SBI. I create one more class SBI, which is extending my bank class. Getting my point? Then what I would do is I'll create this integer get rate of interest. I'll define the body of this method within the SBI bank with respect to rate of interest, which is there in the SBI bank. It is 7%, for example. Then I'll take one more class, PNB, and I'll extend bank. So it is the responsibility of the class which is extending to define the body. So it will define the body, return 8%. Right? So that's the use of your abstract class. Right? And then what we will do is we'll have the main method in which we will create the object of your SBI and your PNB. Why? Since we cannot create the object of your bank class. Clear? So this kind of use case you can write. Okay? Yeah. Okay,
Yes.
Gautami, I'm done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Let me